All right. Hello, everybody. Right now we are doing a lone cast because I want to start on time because this is the one week I decided to. Hold on, my microphone was facing backwards. Sorry if you can hear me. This was like the one week I officially scheduled VYTALCast like 20 minutes ago, and Aaron's gonna be a little bit late, so I decided to switch it to a lone cast mode, which is when I'm all sad and alone. I'm not really sad and alone. Hold on. Having a lot of people just message on Twitter about VYTALCast. Alright. Hey! Alright. We got the chat up. Hold on, let me open you guys up. Holy cow, there's already quite a bit of you. I should totally schedule this more often officially. Um, I'm doing good. How are you guys? So am I the only one who every time we cut to Salem's faction yells, "Meanwhile at the Legion of Doom"? I definitely think it, but I don't say it out loud. My reaction videos as proof that I don't actually say it. Hey, Shy Bridge, King of Lame, Nikolai, yo, first to get live. Hey, Koopa Troopa, and okay, Chris Ruskin. So this is a Ruby podcast that I do with my friend Aaron. Aaron's not here, and sometimes we have a guest like Nerds of Oz who just joined the chat. Larissa, can you be available next week? Because we'd like to have you be our first guest for 2017. Yeah. Oh crap! I finally get to watch one of these live. Hey, Nathan Benson. Hey everyone. Okay, so I'm gonna text Erin to see how close she is to ready, but we could talk about some stuff to kill time till she's there. How long till ready? I can't type. My fingers are like so frozen. My room is like freezing at this time of day. Time of day? Time of night. It's pretty much nighttime. Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Larissa. Hey, Brandon Dodge. Am I the only one who's annoyed with Ruby in this episode? Ruby was a little meh. Like she totally wasn't acting fully herself. She said Trenton, you aren't allowed. I wasn't annoyed, but I could totally see why she is. Hold on, someone just messaged me. Oh, is that? Oh, that's Aaron. Let me call Aaron right now. Okay. Hey. Okay, hold on. Let me switch off of lone cast mode because I was on a lone cast.
All alone again.
Yeah. All right. You're on. You're on
Okay.
screen.
Oh.
Anyway, Trenton was asking like if he was the only one annoyed with Ruby in the last episode,
Uh,
and I could see why she is, but I didn't personally think she was.
I didn't get annoyed. I did get a little bit frustrated with her though. I was kind of like, no, no. Like at first it was like when she was standing there and the beam was coming down. I'm like, Ruby, Ruby, look up, look up.
Yeah. Hey, guys who are watching, just message in the chat. No need to message me on Twitter during the show.
What
But
happened to silencing your phone to the shame corner?
I'm sitting on it, so I felt it more than I heard it. So, uh,
That might have been me texting you saying, I'm almost done.
no, it wasn't you. I
Alright.
looked. It was a Twitter message. Um, hashtag unexpected Aaron. Not unexpected. I was saying we were waiting for her. Yeah, no,
No,
she
doing
kept
well
disobeying
too.
Crow.
Wait, what?
Ruby kept
Yeah, I
disobeying
was
Crow.
like, yeah, I was doing well about getting here on time, and then this week happened.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you've had a busy past few days, but anyway, back to Ruby. Yeah, Crow kept was like, "Get out of the way, Ruby. You're in the way. He's after you. Obviously, you should not be the one jumping into the
Yeah.
fray." And I was like, "You have silver eyes. He's probably after the silver eyes. Don't do it, Ruby." And she's just like, "I'm gonna try to shoot from far away. My aim suddenly doesn't exist."
Well, he was moving pretty quickly, so.
Yeah. Well, there was that one part where they were at a standoff, and
Mm-hmm.
she shot, and it looked like she was going for a headshot, but she
Mm-hmm.
missed. And then Tyrion was like, "Ah!" And then she started shooting more, and he blocked it with his tail.
Mm-hmm. It
So
may have been more of a distraction.
maybe.
Something that Garrow, Sia, and Filmmaker brought up is something I actually talked about in my reaction, but the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. It was, why didn't Nora and Ren try to snipe Tyrion when Ruby tried to? I mean, they couldn't really, because Ren has essentially 2 pistols that don't have any form of sight on them, so they can't really... So Ren can't do that. And then
Can't
Nora...
far range. The grenade launcher.
Yeah, it's a grenade launcher. It's an AoE, and the AoE is so big that it would affect Crow, and it literally would not help the situation.
Yeah, it'd
And
be
then
very
Jon is the only
counterproductive.
one whose sword is not a gun.
Yeah. John just like chucks his sword and it like just happens to hit Tyrion.
You just take the shield and you throw it like a frisbee.
No, he just I mean, I don't know if you have VYTALCast pulled up on your screen, but
I do.
he just goes like this and just chucks it, and you just see Tyrion get pinned to a wall. He's like, yes, learned that from Pyrrha.
He needs to rig it so that he can open it midway, so he can pull a card in and just trap him in a door frame.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking he'd just pull a Pyrrha and throw the sword.
Yeah, that would work too.
Yeah, just impale him against some sort of wall. Be like, yes, Tyrion's gone. Although he might be gone next episode, considering how Salem's gonna react.
I'm not sure which would be scary of her possible reactions. Because there's a couple ways it could go.
Okay. How do you think it'll go?
Well, for one, she could squash him like a bug.
True. I
Like
wouldn't
right
mind
on the
that too
spot.
much.
Kind of a failure does not have, like, I will not accept failure. You either go out there and you die trying, or you bring me success, sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Or she could almost be creepier, and I don't know why, but just pull a cinder, like when she was talking to Roman, I think it was volume 1, with like gently caressing his cheek, like they'll know what you need when you need to know. That kind of a thing where I was like, oh, my precious little like scorpion son.
It would also explain where Cinder got that from, if she did that.
And so it would kind of be like this whole, don't worry, it's okay. So instead of just being like wanting to do what she does because he sees her as a goddess, which she could be, but it could also just be Tyrion having consumed a little bit too much of the Salem Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So that's another thing, is she could be like, don't worry, I'll take you in, like you'll be strong without this. And then he'd be willing to die for her, which would be, considering his current state, would be like setting fire to his emotional time bomb.
Yeah. Tyrion, I mean, if he died tomorrow, I wouldn't complain too much. I'd be like, hey, we ended 2016 with something positive. Although, I kind of hope that tomorrow's episode has Yang. It's just like, let's end this year with a Yang. And it's like a completion of that Volume 2 pun. It's like, yes!
Yes!
Let's see. King of Lame says, is that Joff's face on a cat body? Yeah, I mentioned this like a while ago, but I finally hung it up, and I didn't think it'd be in camera range, but it is. I just randomly got this in the mail. It's from the Achievement Hunter Schooled series, and this was like on the set. If you watch like their first or second episode, they go to like a clubhouse after they select the kids. And this poster is on the wall, and apparently they gave out signed posters of it. So yeah, we haven't seen Yang 2.0 in ages. Yeah, I'm hoping we see her.
I actually thought that she might be in this episode.
Really?
Because when I was avoiding the internet like the plague, I unfortunately forgot to remember that Tumblr is a thing.
Oh yeah, Tumblr is always the one that does it for me.
Yeah, someone put up a thing, and it was like, it was talking about Whitley. It was like, you see Whitley standing behind Winter when she's holding something to give Yang, so it's probably her giving like a new and improved like gauntlet or arm, and I'm sitting here like scrolling, like making my way downtown, scrolling faster.
Someone was able to like Photoshop something?
No, it wasn't a screenshot, it was just someone talking about it.
Oh,
so I assumed it was from the episode, but I'm guessing it was just from like art or fanfic, but I was like, Volume 4 Winter confirmed?
Which is weird because I mentioned this in my reaction video. I just barely finished editing it, so things are kind of fresh in my head.
I'm still exporting.
I didn't get to watch Chapter 7 till Monday, so the day after Christmas, but I did risk Tumblr and Twitter quite a lot compared to other weeks, and I did not see a single hint of anything from Chapter 7. And so I was very surprised and impressed and happy with that, because usually it's like 2 seconds on Tumblr, it's like, well, I've seen something critical. Thanks. It wasn't even from a blog I followed. It was one of those suggested posts. Thanks a lot, Tumblr. Thanks. So it was actually I was quite happy about it. I'm like, man, this must have been a really great episode of people are being very careful about spoilers. And it was. And I loved it. So...
I avoided Twitter for like the entire Christmas weekend because I wasn't able to see it till Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then I chanced Twitter on Monday, and I saw what I thought was a spoiler, and I was like, no! And it was a spoiler. It was
Oh.
art of Tyrion with like the top part of his tail cut off, and Salem was like looking ready to kill his ass.
Oh, you know, I saw that. I did actually see that before I watched it on Monday. It was posted
Mhm.
by the Joe the cat guy, or he has a cat
Yeah,
thing. Yeah. I know Mojo. Mojo is like part of his Tumblr
yes.
username,
I
but
think that his Twitter handle is like Mojo Jojo Jojo.
yeah. I saw that, but I didn't make the connection to like a little while after watching it.
Hmm.
Like I just thought, heh heh, that'd be funny because it shows Cinder in the background, kind of like laughing about it. So I'm like, I was like, heh heh, Cinder got back at him. Like that's how I kind of took it.
Hmm.
So somehow not spoiled myself by looking at it
That's good.
spoiled. Let's see.
I saw it and I was like, I swear to God, this is probably what happens. Like, this is probably what happens. But I thought it was going to be Crow who did the blow. I didn't know it was going to be Ruby.
Yeah.
When it was
Um,
Ruby, it was kind of like, whoa, you just like cut off that guy's wrist.
yeah. I mean, come on, we all knew Ruby was pretty boss.
No, I
So
know, but like, she essentially dismembered him. Like,
so he deserved it. I mean,
no, he
hurt
deserved
Crow.
it. But I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, it's one part of that screen of that one part in Mulan where it's like, look at my baby going out to destroy people, and one part going, Ruby, no, you're too innocent. Shh, no, do not murder. I will murder them for you, so you don't
It,
have to.
and then she just like lights a firework and creates an avalanche. She's like, "Yay!" Yeah. Standing by Life said, "Nope." Ruby went savage. Koopa Troopa said he saw a screenshot. Wait, are people saying
I
there's screenshots?
I'm
Oh,
avoiding
people are
it.
mentioning Chapter 8 screenshots. Yeah, we avoid screenshots like the plague, because we're reactors and we can't have a true reaction if we already know something that's coming.
And it
Like,
doesn't help if you're theorizing one either.
well, I mean, it was a good thing, or maybe it was a bad thing, that in my reaction video I mentioned VYTALCast number 12 and all your predictions or our predictions. I was like, all right, so before I watched this episode, Aaron predicted this, and this. And then, like, every single one of those happened. And I'm like, they're going to think I watched this right before. Like reacting to it, like they're gonna think I cheated the system because I had
Oh,
tech issues or something. I'm like,
I will
and
fight them for you.
yeah, so I put like a text thing. I'm like, I'm referencing to VYTALCast number 12. Please look at it. like, look, VYTALCast 12 happened the day before Chapter 7 came out. There's no way. There's no way we could have known this was happening. It was
My
just.
sister, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go.
My sister was studying for a test downstairs and I was recording it because I wanted to make sure that the house was virtually empty so I could be as loud as I wanted. And apparently she could hear me through through several closed doors just yelling, "Ah, I knew it! I knew it! Oh my God! Oh my God! Ruby, what the no!" Screeching.
You need to have. Is your sister into like anime or anything like that? Oh man, I was gonna say
Like,
you should just, since she already knows about VitalCast and your reaction videos, you might as well just get her into Ruby so she could at least make some sense of your
I think I pretty
yelling.
much spoiled it for her just because like when Volume 3 ended, I was like, no. It's like, are you
Oh,
fucking
Pyrrha.
kidding me? And it was
Yeah.
like, what? It's like they killed off my favorite character.
But who wasn't like that, to be honest? It was just, no. Yeah, I mean, she could still watch it. I
Mm,
mean,
yeah. I
nothing,
mean, I'm
nothing's
also
stopping
just
her.
I'm kind of happy because there's been a couple people who have been in the comments and be like, I don't understand why Whitley's getting such a bad rep. He seems like a good brother, and then that happened, and I was like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Chapter 7, we knew it.
mm-hmm,
We knew it.
mm-hmm.
You know, I actually almost yelled more about him smiling through the doorway than about Jack slapping Weiss. Like, Jack slapping Weiss, I was more shocked, like, no! But then I see Whitley through the doorway and he's smiling. I'm like, that little devil's smiling! Yeah,
I think that's
so,
partially because at this point, Jacques is it's the Voldemort Umbridge complex, where Voldemort is the big baddie,
yeah.
and you see a lot of evil things that he does, but you don't see it like front and center too often. But when you do,
Yeah.
you're not surprised because you just picture him as vile. Whereas Whitley, there was some hope that maybe he could be decent, and then you realize you experienced more of his betrayal firsthand, and it's kind of
Mhm.
like, how everyone wanted Umbridge dead before they wanted Voldemort. It was like I
Yeah,
was happier seeing her get
Whit-
killed than
Whitley and Umbridge are definitely more relatable villains
yeah.
than I mean Jack. Jack is still a very relatable villain. If someone had like a bad parent or maybe even a bad teacher,
Yeah.
uh, I mean, like
Jacques is just pure evil.
yeah, I want to say like part of me is like I recognize a lot of the stuff where Jack is coming from, like as like from Weiss's point of view,
Hmm.
and being like, holy crap, I feel like I've gone through this myself. But then when I like think on it, I'm like, I don't think I actually have, but I feel like I had. But
Hmm.
but yeah, I don't like him. But
One
Whitley for sure. I'm just
one
I.
thing that
Hmm?
go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying hashtag shove Jack and Whitley off a cliff 2016.
Personally, I think that they deserve worse. I would personally
Oh
liquefy dust and pour it down Jacques Schnee's throat, Game of Thrones style. But
yeah.
the one thing I think that tipped me off to Whitley the most was his body language, because that's something that's been very prominent in
Oh
this
yeah.
volume, and it's something that I love because that's one of my favorite things to look at. And if you watch how Jacques moves, he's very contained. He's very
Controlled.
poised and controlled. Like he actually has his arms, I don't know if it shows up on the camera,
Yeah.
like this up by his shoulder blades, whereas Whitley has his in a very similar position but lower.
Hmm.
So it's like he's mimicking Jacques' movements, but in more of a submissive way. So therefore, Jacques does not feel threatened.
Yeah.
And it's like as soon as you see that, it's like that's not just good behavior, because like good behavior is just having your hands like one over another in your lap, being calm, or having them by your sides. Having it like that is a very it's a pride thing. It's like I am
Yes.
very proud. I am exposed, and it's like
Yeah. He's a devil. I don't like it. Also, for some reason, I just thought supernatural all of a sudden. There's an episode where Lucifer says like people think hell is hot, but it's actually really cold,
hmm.
and I'm like, the Schnees are very starting to represent that in
Oh
chapter
yeah,
7.
you're as cold as ice.
Yeah.
You really is. A moment to appreciate Weiss though. Like that entire episode, I was just
Oh
like,
yeah.
you go, baby.
Oh
You
yeah.
got this.
She. Ah man, I was so proud of her. I was just
Uh,
like, I'm so proud of Weiss. Like she stood up to the man to his face, like not passive aggressively either, like she did with her song. It was like,
mhm.
nope, this is to your face. Screw you. I don't like you. You married your way into this family. You didn't deserve it.
The fact that she called him out on that makes me really happy. Because he's like, oh, I'm doing what I need to protect the Schnee name. And she's like, you're not even a Schnee.
Yeah.
Boy.
It's like, honey, listen. But oh man, it was crazy. Hold on. Brandon Dodge said, I think Jack and Whitley will be major villains for Weiss next volume, while she tries to redeem the Schnee family name. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Uh,
when she was walking towards the window with the ships going by, I was like, oh man, is she gonna like take her bed sheets and climb out and get on a ship and leave? Like, I was like, is this gonna happen? And then she was like, no, I'm going to train instead. And I'm like, she's not running. That's never been her thing. And I'm like, yes.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be so interesting because Weiss is gonna be fighting a very different battle than what we're used to seeing in Ruby. It's not so much physical combat. It's gonna be more of like I don't know how to say it, like social
It's
status
a
kind of,
political battle.
yeah, political battle. So I'm very very happy and excited to see that. And then everyone else seems to be more in like Yang's more in an emotional battle with
Hmm.
herself, and then Ruby is well,
Both.
so yeah, like yeah. So I think Ruby and Blake are more in the middle, where it's very emotional and probably about to get physical for Blake, considering
Hmm.
Adam's about to start coming over. So, do we think that's going to happen tomorrow? Like Adam showing up in Menagerie?
I honestly don't know. Because it's been so busy, I haven't really been thinking too much on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of hoping that there's going to be a little bit more of Team Ranger, but I wouldn't be surprised if they left it off because Crow had to use that one line. That one line.
Oh yeah. The what's your favorite fairy tale? And it's
Do
like
you realize how much, like, that's one of those lines that is like an RVB. Like, there's certain lines in RVB that you hear and you just start, like, you just can't not think of RVB. It's like,
wonder why we're here.
wonder why we're here. Like,
Yeah.
is with this guy and ain't that a bitch? Like, you hear those and you just think RVB. That's
Yes.
gonna be one of the ones for Ruby where it's like, I'm sorry is one of those. Hello again, salutations, and then
Mhm.
we have, do you believe? Like, what's your favorite fairy tale? Like,
Yeah.
I'm taking like a creative story writing class for school. That's part of my major.
Yeah.
Like, my teacher will legitimately be like, "Hey, Aaron, what's your favorite fairy tale?" I'm just gonna be like, "Bye." Sorry,
Like,
like,
I can't think of any fairy tales without Ruby.
like, just go on to the person next to me, okay? I can't talk about it here without crying.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I'm excited for that at the same time because maybe we'll have like a weird mix between World of Remnant and Ruby again, kind of like how there was the Four Maidens story, and it kind of went to World of Remnant format, but it was still an actual episode within it. So
That was cool.
yeah, I think we're gonna get one of those tomorrow with the
Oh, but
Silver Eyed Warriors.
possibly. I don't know. I feel like they won't bring up the Silver-Eyed Warriors again. I feel like that's something that'll definitely be on the background, but I think it could be more
Really?
of a Crow going, so, you know how there was that one bitch, Cinder? Well, that bitch is actually a little bitch to the big bitch.
Okay. Yeah, and then he starts bringing up the Four Maidens.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why I'm thinking Silver Eyed Warriors is because that seems more immediate that they need to know for why
true.
Tyrion was hunting down Ruby, and that's why I'm putting my money on Silver Eyed Warriors, not
Mhm.
the Four Maidens.
Yeah.
Although, going back to the Four Maiden theories, there was a lot of kind of information on that given through Oscar's segment.
Hmm.
And I'm very going like, it's a man with two souls, like,
I was
and
screaming.
well, then I started putting some other pieces together with Cinder having to fight the power within her that Salem was talking about. What if it's Autumn that she's fighting? Like Autumn's soul is in her, and she needs to fight Autumn, like trying to tell her to do the right thing, to do like the Fall Maiden's
I don't think
position.
that would work though,
Because
because
that's kind
like
of what Osmond's doing to Oscar.
no, but that's because their auras and their souls are connected. Amber or Autumn was killed,
Yeah,
so
but
it's not. It's
her aura transferred over to Cinder.
no, it wasn't the aura. It was just the ability.
What? But I'm so
No,
But
because they
the
were in the process
machine
of
was to
transferring.
transfer the aura to Pyrrha,
Okay,
and then
so they couldn't figure out a way to transfer just the power from Amber to Pyrrha.
uh huh,
So because it was rooted to her aura and thus her soul, they were going to try to transfer her aura slash soul slash power to Pyrrha because they
yeah.
couldn't separate the two because it was through unnatural
But
means.
then we saw
But
all that go back through the machine, and then through Amber
no,
or Autumn
they
into Cinder.
like her soul returned to her, but because she was dead, only the power left, not also her aura and her semblance and her
All
soul.
right. I'm I'm just gonna hold hopeful that
No, I
maybe,
feel you.
yeah. And I kind of started like making Zuko jokes that like Cinder is gonna be like fighting like Autumn in her head, who's being like the Uncle Iroh character, and it's like, you must restore to your honor. We are the Fall Maiden now. You must do Fall Maiden things. No working for Salem. And then eventually Cinder is like, my eyes burn. I fit the character perfectly. And then she like
Just,
starts.
just imagine Cinder like walking up to Team Ranger, just being, "Hi, Cinder here."
Oh man! And then they're like all freaking out. She's like,
Six guns cock.
she has to like camp like 20 feet away from them every night. And then like one day, like John or Nora like tries to sneak up on her, and she burns their feet. Like, ah,
Nora.
you
It
burned
would
my
be
feet.
Nora.
Yeah, she's like, you burned my feet. Anyway,
You cut off my foot. But I
uh,
think if we are gonna get a scene, I think it may not. We may have the council tomorrow because it would make sense because Watts was very like, oh, you were beaten by a child, and so if Tyrion, if the whole way they're shown up on that
mhm.
tower is
He's the
actually a
bottom
symbol
of
of
the
like
food
his
chain.
status, Tyrion is above Cinder, so he is kind of. I think was he above Hazel? I don't remember.
No, no,
Okay,
Cinder was either the bottom or she was above Tyrion.
I thought she was the bottom,
Well, I
but like. Just
yeah.
because Tyrion is like a very notable fighter who is, I'm guessing, known for killing people, it'll kind of
Mhm.
be more of a, yeah, Cinderella's kind of be like, mic drop. Like, says nothing, but mic drop.
Yeah, yeah. She can't like say anything. She's like, ha ha, drop.
Hands mic to Emerald. Emerald, mic drop.
Yeah. Shy Bridge is saying the League of Doom. Before you got on, he was saying, "Am I the only one who thinks the League of Doom?" Whenever they switch to like Salem, but
The evil League of Evil.
yeah, the evil League of Evil.
Oh man, I need to do that now.
Yeah. Shy Bridge says Hazel was at the bottom. No, I do not think Hazel was at the bottom. It was either Tyrion or Cinder at the bottom.
Because I thought it went Tyrion then Watts,
Yeah,
but
because
or Tyrion then Hazel.
yeah, I went. Um, well, starting at the bottom, top, there's Salem, and then it was Watts, then Hazel, and then it was either Salem or Tyrion, probably Tyrion, and then Cinder. So
Oh, the King of Flame got my reference because it's from the Dr. Horrible sing-along blog. It's like, the evil league of evil is watching, so beware. The grade that you receive will be the last we swear.
I have yet to like see the actual musical. But I hear a lot of the references.
We're rabbiting that tonight.
All right, sorry, Harry Potter. You're gonna have to
Well,
wait.
it's only 40 minutes, so I mean,
Oh, it is.
yeah, it's only like 40 minutes long, and you will cry
Okay, all right. I
a
will
lot.
cry. All right.
But I feel like we're probably gonna see Watts kind of have to eat his words a little bit.
Oh, with like betting Tyrion will do a better job than Cinder.
Because he was like, "Oh, Cinder, you're but a child. You lost to a 15-year-old girl." Yeah. And then Tyrion comes back like, "Hi, I literally lost an appendage."
Yeah, if you think about it, Ruby's been like maiming a lot of them. Like Cinder lost an eye, or at least had it very damaged, and now
True, but that wasn't entirely conscious. She wasn't entirely conscious of that.
yeah, but still, that
She
was
went
like
all
OP
Avatar state.
powered. That was like Super Saiyan activated by accident, and then this was like the weakest stroke. She didn't even have to like really do a whole stroke. She just put rows in place and pulled the trigger to
Pretty
make the
much.
blade come. It was like minimal effort, and it was just like that's what happened.
Minimal effort, maximum damage.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to catch a Pokemon and you get a critical hit, and you're like, well, there's only one Moltres in the game. Time to restart my Game Boy.
That happened to me this morning.
Oh, really? With Moltres?
Not with Moltres, but I
Oh.
started Pokemon Sun, so I'm still on Route 1.
Oh,
But I'm
okay.
trying to get all the Pokemon in the area, and I have my water type, but I'm like, use water, like, use the water attack, that only one that I
Mhm.
have. And because I'm still learning which types are weak against others, I didn't realize it was weak to water. And it was, like, completely dead.
You don't have the type strengths and weaknesses memorized?
I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon.
I didn't have to watch Pokemon. I just had to play it.
I wasn't allowed to play Pokemon.
You live a sad life.
My first game was X, dude.
Oh, true. Okay. Um. Stoic Drug says he really wants Ruby to drop the F bomb. I kind of hope they don't. I mean, we already have
Yeah.
like the commentary on the Blu-rays where they pretty much do that anyways, and like the Team Ruby podcast when they
Oh my God, yes.
usually do the DVD. So I think we have like enough of that. And also, if you go to RTX and you ask Lindsay and Michael to like record a video to say hi to your friend that's not there, Lindsay will do the Ruby voice and she will drop all the F bombs you want.
Wait.
Like,
Does she? Because I thought that she had a thing for it was people who can do the revoice to, instead of actually saying swear words, to substitute it with things like fudge. Because that's what they did on RT Extra Life.
maybe, but I saw her firsthand saying the
Fair
F word
enough.
as Ruby.
Fair enough.
And I think she read 50 Shades of Grey as Ruby.
Yeah, I
And-
heard that. She bleeped it out, though.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she bleeped it out with, like, filler words. So it was like when you...
So, like,
put-
Ruby won't swear.
Yeah.
Alright. Well,
I feel like if anyone were to do it, it would probably be Wife.
Kara, yeah, she's probably like, that's how she warms up in the sound booth. She's just like, da, 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 da. All right, we're ready to be whites now. Okay, start recording. Like, I don't know. Have you ever seen like old people when they just like go on a swearing thing? Like they stub their toe and they like go up this like swear ladder. Like,
I do that, though.
okay, all right, because like just imagine like Kara doing that every time she goes in the sound booth to record as Weiss. She's just like, all right.
I saw someone talking about Jen Brown possibly doing that, so it was just like a comic of like Pyrrha stubbing her toe, just going "son of a bitch," and then Jean just flew across the room.
You know, didn't Jim Brown swear as Pyrrha during Extra Life?
No.
No?
I was putting, like, there was a lot of people requesting that. I was like, please have, like, a conversation of Pyrrha yelling at Osmond for, like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen, man?
Yeah.
but it didn't go through. Instead, it was Jen Brown pretending to be Ozpin.
Oh yeah, and then Shannon McCormick
Yeah, and
was
just the
Pyrrha.
drinking just.
Yeah. It's I don't know. Extra Life was so fun. I actually just barely got my Extra Life poster a few weeks ago.
Ooh, yeah, mine is
I,
here.
I have no room to hang any Extra Life posters. I mean, I guess there's room like right here, but that's not on camera. Um. Anyway, also speaking of swearing in Ruby, Tyrion saying bitch and Jack saying damn. Although, what was it? It was someone on the animation team saying like they had the honor of like animating the first ever. They said like somewhat curse word. I'm like, wait, isn't bitch a curse word? Like,
Well, I think the first somewhat curse word was when Crow was like, "I don't give a damn." So it may have been that in
well,
Volume 3.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know because I'm in Utah and I guess people are more extra sensitive to four-letter words. Um, like we consider like she said like bitch was like a somewhat like a half and half curse word. So I'm like, really? We kind of consider that one of the medium tier swear words.
That's a
Like
low
damn in
tier
hell
swear
are like
here.
your beginner swears, and then you move on from there. But uh, I don't know. It's
See,
just
damn hell and bitch are like the lower tier here.
all right. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm talking about lower tier, as in like how seriously are you going to be punished for saying it as a
Oh
kid?
yeah,
So adults will just
true,
be like
true,
Sailor Mouse no matter what. They're like, we don't
true.
suffer consequences. We're over the age of 18. Um, we procreated. We're allowed to swear. I don't know. I'm trying to think of
Yes,
like
that is the
what.
requirement for being able to swear freely. You have to procreate.
Yeah.
That is the only reason Raven had a child.
Yeah. Are you gonna send me a snap of your cat?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Um, so it was on camera this time, so it was like, hey, I could actually see her snapping it. Last week, I couldn't see you actually doing it.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, also King of Lame, thank you for that tweet. I just saw that, and I
What?
just got your snap. Um, I think he tagged you in it.
Oh, the video?
He's promoting VYTALCast.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he just barely made a new tweet.
Oh,
Like
then I did not see the new tweet.
it
Oh,
says,
there.
"Hello, beautiful degenerates."
Yes. The
Yeah,
beautiful Ellen
come.
DeGeneres.
Yeah, hang out with David and Aaron and watch VYTALCast. Thank you. Hey, everyone that's watching this, go watch VYTALCast. Oh wait, thank you. You're overachievers. Anyway, so who was it that said? Okay, Brandon Dodge says, "Damn, it's not a swear word." Well, excuse you. I get in trouble for saying that word. Even
No,
though I am
so did I.
ripe age of 20. Someone who was it? I'm trying to find the right thing, saying like they think villains should swear.
Well,
Um,
Crow's work, though, technically speaking.
hmm?
I feel like it depends on the villain, actually.
Yeah,
Because for
yeah.
some of them, it kind of breaks character. Like Salem is very, she's not one who would really swear. It's very,
Mm-mm.
she's very composed, like more of a cutting word, less of a swear word, you
Yeah,
know?
I think Hazel and Tyrion may, but they'd have different variations of how.
Yeah.
Like Hazel could be like, "I don't give a damn how she beat you,"
Mhm.
whereas Tyrion, well, we already saw his example.
Yeah. I feel
So
like for Tyrion, using like an actual certified curse word is actually like, pretty intense for him because he seems like the kind of person who would use very elaborate swears or just kind of like, listen up, you discombobulated son of the Goliath Grim, I will personally murder you, kind of a
yeah,
thing. And then just to have him to be so speechless that he could only ever say bitch, like,
he's only in like he's in so much pain. He's like, I need to think of something. First word that comes to my mind. Ah.
hey, it's a
But
thing.
yeah, yeah. But again, with like I know Gray and them have been like warning, like, hey, if you have younger people watching this, please watch the episode before and decide whether your kid should be able to watch this. I'm still like in that weird middle ground of like, where is like the youngest
Mhm.
that you should be able to watch Ruby since it's
I
now kind
think
of maturing.
after Volume 3 that changed.
Yeah, after Volume 3, it definitely changed and is kind of changing.
Mhm.
So I'm just trying to think of like when I first started like actual anime. I mean, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh are actual anime, but I'm not
Hmm.
counting them because I don't know. I just thought they were American cartoons. Um, but Naruto, that like, I don't know, just the fact of seeing like a cartoon with blood in it, and like, I was like, what? And like, you straight up see a dude get decapitated, and you're like, what the heck? And this is like on Cartoon Network, and you're at your friend's house, and
Hmm.
you're just like, I don't have TV, but this is nuts. Um, so like 11, 10 or 11 was around the time I discovered Naruto, and I thought that was like pretty intense until I like grew into it.
Hmm.
After a while, I was like totally fine with it. It's like I've been desensitized. Let me play Grand Theft Auto right now. So I'm trying to wonder like, uh, you know, Ruby is still kind of around that age group, I guess,
Hmm.
and I don't know. I might have had a weird childhood. I mean, I watched Jurassic Park nonstop at the age of 4, and that could be pretty gruesome depending on who you are. So
Hmm. My
I
first
don't know.
thought was 12, but I feel like that more applies to Red versus Blue than Ruby because I think it just depends
Hmm.
on what you want the person, what you think the person is okay with watching. Because like I played M-rated video games when before I was 5 years old, so watching
Yeah,
Ruby wouldn't have been a big thing for me. But
yeah.
if you're someone who wants to like make sure your kid doesn't see an abundance of violence,
But also keep in mind, rated M games back then are nothing compared to what they are
true.
today.
I mean, it was Halo, so it was like an
Like,
abundance of blood and decapitation.
not even like the decapitation. I mean, the flood kind
True.
of fall apart,
Those are
but
creepy.
they are creepy and they are scary. But I would have still considered the original trilogy of Halo to be like today's rated T.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I always like that was one of my justifications too. My mom was like, Halo's pretty much rated T. I don't know why it's rated M. And then
Hmm.
now Halo 5 is rated T, and it's like totally like it's like I mean multiplayer is still fun, but like they totally dumbed it down a lot, and it was just like
It was like a 7-hour campaign. I was so bitter.
I think I beat in like half that time, and I was just like, wait, there's not another level. Anyway,
There was only like 8 missions. It was like, excuse me.
technically there are 15,
Oh,
but
it felt like 8.
a lot of them didn't have actual shooting in them.
Mm.
Like when you walked around those bases, those counted. Anyway, we're getting off track from Ruby
As
stuff,
usual.
but like it's not VYTALCast unless we get off track at least 3 times. Uh, but yeah, Ruby. I'm just trying to wonder like where do we stick the rating sticker on it? Like it's kind of pushed TV Y7 already. Like it's no
Yeah.
longer Y7, and it's like I don't know if there's anything between Y7 and TV 14.
Maybe it's like the game rating of like E10.
E10. Yeah, E10 that fits. So like
Yeah.
still around 10 years old.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's still appropriate
Hmm.
age group because I show my little cousin James Ruby from now and then, but with volume 3 kind of starting to swear, and then now volume 4's chapter 7 is like now I know he's used to this because his dad swears like none other, but would I get in
Yeah.
trouble for showing him this? Because it's a cartoon with language,
Yeah.
even though it's still bottom tier language. So
Hmm.
I'm just like, man, I don't know. Like whether I like I'd still show like some of my other cousins it, but James is
Hmm.
like, I don't know. You're an 11-year-old with a mental age of 7, so I don't know what to do.
Oh, Nerds of Oz is saying, what about that scene with Oscar and Ozpin?
Oh yeah, we talked about it just a little bit.
Like vaguely. I have one thing to say.
Yes,
Is Ozpin just the avatar here? Like,
I no joke talked about that in my reaction.
same.
Like was like, okay, so if we're going with the man with two souls thing, I was thinking that right now is kind of like the hero being called to adventure, or
Hmm.
more so the hero denying the initial call,
Yeah.
because you take creative writing, you know the
Yeah.
process, right? Like
Yeah.
introduction to world, and then like introduction to characters, and then hero denies initial call to adventure. So like Bilbo saying, "I'm not going with you, Gandalf," and then like Frodo's like,
Yeah.
"This is dangerous," and then now we have Oscar being like, "I'm crazy." Um, so I think we're having that, which I thought was a really cool creative writing thing,
Hmm.
but kind of going with it is Ozpin is trying to talk him and getting into moving into this new role and learning what it is. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's like going to be some sort of graduation process, or eventually he will be able to do things on his own, but then like the avatar call back on his past selves, so to say, or once he's past a certain point, it's just him.
I'm not sure. I feel like it's kind of a combination because it seems like it's kind of like talking to past souls, like if like Oscar being Yang, Aang, and Ozpin being Roku.
Hmm.
But and so my best guess is the way Ozpin talked about it, it's like he went through the exact same experience, so someone else was in his head. So
Yeah.
odds are it's like like a series. I doubt it's an actual lineage,
Hmm.
but like one consciousness being passed down and slowly gaining more and more experience. So essentially, like the Avatar,
Yes.
and then eventually he can like he'll completely like meld his mind with Ozpin. He'll still be Oscar, but
Hmm.
he'll have all of Ozpin's experiences and his memories, which would also justify Ozpin's "I have made more mistakes than any man, woman, of or child," because it's not just his
Mm.
mistakes; it's the mistakes of everyone who came before him.
Yeah, that does make a lot more sense. Uh,
Ozpin, you tricky little bastard.
yeah. Andrew says, but the avatar cycle is reincarnation, not soul transfer. But this is still kind of applicable because
Yeah, it's
Aang.
not reincarnation, but it's more like it would be essentially like it's Rava if you watch Korra,
Mhm.
because Rava is like what it now allows the Avatar to have then all four elements. That is the being inside of the Avatar. So it's like each Avatar's experience adds more onto Rava and then continues down to the next chosen person.
Mhm.
It's a reoccurring cycle of what kind of bender, like what kind of bender they're born into,
Mhm.
but overall it's the same general.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, People were thinking Dalai Lama during the scene. That's what
Hmm.
Standing by Life said. Yeah. Well, Avatar: The Last Airbender had a lot of Buddhism and Asian culture
Hmm.
stuff in it, and that was very. I mean, I thought that was very strong in the show. All the symbolism and stuff.
Definitely.
Uh, Sorry, I just remembered my martial arts instructor. He could like name the different martial arts they do for different elements.
Hmm.
And I'm like, oh, what's water, water
Tai Chi.
bending? He's yeah, I knew that. I was getting to that. Okay, but yeah,
Should have.
he I think he said I fight more fire and air style, but or I would have guessed water, but I don't know Tai Chi that well.
I guessed air.
For me,
Yep.
oh,
My first impression was air or earth,
cool, thank you.
which granted are polar opposites, but
That weird polar opposites.
no,
Oh,
air and
oh,
earth.
air and earth. Yeah. Wait, why would you think I'd be polar opposites?
No, I don't know. Those are that's just the vibe I got.
Okay, all right, all right. I mean, I know you like somewhat guessed the right type of gym leader I would have been in Pokemon, and we're both Gryffindor, so all right. We need to stop like classifying each other on VYTALCast. It's just like, although
Your TV trope is
your TV trope is your Ruby trope is, uh, oh,
which Ruby character are you?
okay. I'm gonna bring up like our conversation from earlier about Ivor Mori, but
Oh,
bring it up about Ruby though
okay.
with the other schools and stuff. I
Hmm.
really want to learn how like the school in Atlas works, school in Haven works, and I hope we're really not gypped like we were with the American schools for Harry Potter.
Yeah, like if it is, I will personally drive down to RT Animation and just be like, "What are you doing? Read a history book."
Yeah, I feel like we really need like a lore book for Ruby.
I would personally construct that
All right.
if I have to.
I mean, like a lot of the stuff is like stuff we don't know from the show yet. Is kind of what I'm saying because there's a lot of stuff I feel like are there in the show, but they're not explicitly said yet. And I feel like World of Remnant is trying to fill in those gaps.
We know like 4% of the universe max.
Yes, I mean, man, now I'm thinking Skyrim. Like the completion. Anyway,
Mm.
so like I would just like to learn because there's no way in the show we learn exactly how the culture and everything works, even with World of Remnant. And I think it'd be really cool to have a lore book that's like, all right, here's like 3 chapters on the school in Haven. Here's like another 6 or 7 chapters of that kingdom, and
Mhm.
so on and so on. Like just miscellaneous stuff that people would like to learn. But
Like the RVB book, but with more lore.
yes, pretty much, yeah. Like it could even like not even talk about any of the characters, just talk about the
Mhm.
world and all that.
The world of Remnant.
Yeah. Um, I just heard myself through your headphones again. All right, that happens every now and then. With
This
like
is
I'll
your conscience speaking. We don't talk
no,
much.
Aaron, no, Civil War. Okay. Gosh dang it. Like, never mind. Okay. Wait, who's saying Spectre? Michael Lewis said it's Spectre, and I'm like, oh, that's a James Bond reference. Where? Why are people talking James Bond? Where is it? Um. Oh, someone said a lore book is coming out in 2017.
Wait, what?
Hallelujah! Thank you, Strike Jug.
Like really?
That's what they said, but I'd have to look it up. Portal 64. What if the relic that Salem wants is the orb we see in the opening? We
I
talked
think that's,
about this last week. What?
I think it's symbolic.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of what we said. Was we think that was more for artistic aesthetic in the opening more than
Mhm.
anything. Uh, Here I'm gonna look up that lore book.
Please, because I don't want to get my hopes up.
Book Ruby 2017.
Every RTX, I get my hopes up for Team Juniper plushies, and every year I cry.
Oh, okay, okay. Why are the first two links to YouTube? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to mute this if it's a video.
Okay, I will
Oh, oh,
confirm it.
oh.
Why are you saying oh?
Well. It may or may not have been confirmed by what I'm looking at right now. So it's a I don't know why it's pulling up YouTube Gaming, but it's one of Arnold's videos. Arnold Arnold had a video called Ruby Books coming in 2017 expanded universe, except for the screen
Uh,
says this video contains content from Rooster Teeth, who has blocked it on copyright grounds. So it might be
huh.
something Rooster Teeth might have not officially announced yet,
Mm.
and therefore they blocked the video to
It
like
might be like the
science it.
manga,
That um
because that is extended universe, technically.
yeah, that's more like expanding between volumes 1 and 2, isn't it?
I'm not sure, but I mean, they could go beyond that as well, because I know it revealed that Weiss's father is the one who sent the
Night.
suit
Yeah.
of armor. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the okay, Joe Quinn just said could the relic be Osmond's staff? I think that's the safest bet.
Actually, I don't think it is.
Really? Okay,
Like, if
what
it,
is it? Tell me.
I
Pyrrha's
don't.
crown? Just kidding. Okay, I'm
Whoa.
sorry.
Okay,
I'm
that was a
sorry.
low blow.
I know.
That was a low
That was a
blow.
double-edged blade right there. I heard us both saying that. I'm sorry. I take it back. Please forgive me. I still want to watch
Like,
that musical afterwards. So.
like I think if it is the cane, it's definitely kind of hidden inside of, and no one really knows that it's there. But I don't think it is because unless Crow doesn't know that it's there, like he knows of the
Mhm.
relic, he probably
Yeah.
knows what it is, so he would probably know that it's not in Ozpin's cane,
All right.
and he's been carrying that around.
Could it be Osmond's stopwatch? Just kidding. Sorry. That
It's his chair.
I don't
It's his chair.
know. I don't know what else it could be. I don't know what the relic could be other than the cane.
I'm thinking it may tie back to Volume 1, just because a lot of things seem to be tying back with Volume 1 with A Man with
Hmm.
Two Souls, for
Yeah.
example. So I think it could be tied in with chess pieces. And I think I brought this up either when we were talking or when we were talking on VYTALCast last
Hmm.
time. Because just chess seems to be very prominent in the world of Remnant, just with the whole series in general. So I would be
Yeah.
surprised if the relic, which conveniently is the word that Ozpin uses when they go into the Forest Temple.
Oh, collecting the chess pieces. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I feel like the narrative, like the bigger narrative of the story, sure they were being focused on Ruby Rose or
mhm.
Ruby Rose and those close to her, but the bigger narrative is more of Ozpin and Salem playing this game.
Yeah,
So,
it's wizard chess.
these are just. Except for there's actual consequences with each piece you lose.
Well, in wizard chess, they beat the crap out of the piece.
Yeah, but in this chess, actual people die.
Precisely, it's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. But, you know, you could always buy a new set. You can't buy new people.
True.
So,
Well, I
yeah,
mean, it's
anyway.
like the chamber. It's like the Sorcerer's Stone. They had to play wizard's chess with themselves as the pieces. Ron
Yeah,
almost got McMurdered.
yeah, he almost did. Wonder what would have happened if he actually did. That book would have not been for my age group for sure. Anyway, uh, yeah, I mean, my bet is still the cane for the
Mhm.
relic.
I'm not
But
judging.
yeah, I mean, we don't see any other puzzle pieces with Ozpin or in the tower itself, and we know the relic's in the tower. I mean, regardless, the tower is huge, but I'm guessing whatever this relic is, it's something we've probably already seen.
It's one of Port's grim heads.
No, it's his mustache.
If you dig into his mustache, you find it.
Yeah. No, it's his eyes. He keeps them hidden. And then, like, we're just like bashing on Port now.
I
Uh,
want to find like a really good Port cosplayer one day and just be like, thank you.
yeah. Michael Liu said could also be a clock or a gear. Well, I think a lot of that got smashed from the dragon and Pyrrha fighting Cinder.
hmm But
So if that was the relic, it
I think it
might be
ties into that.
damaged. Yeah, no, it probably most likely ties into the tower for sure.
Well, no, beyond the tower, the whole clock pieces,
Okay.
because that's always been used with transitions, and I think it was Ruby who brought up someone brought up that Crow and Ozpin were pretty similar, and I think it was
Yes.
in the show. I don't remember who it was though, and it's just funny because their transitions work that way too.
Mm-hmm.
When Volume 3, when we see the picture of Team Stark, I believe, if I remember correctly, it focused in on Crow, showed the gears on his scythe that turned into the gears above Ozpin's office.
True.
They've always been related in that sort of way.
Okay, so you think it's some sort of steampunk thing?
Possibly. I
Yeah.
mean, that is kind of a vibe that
Sorry,
lies.
I was trying to make a steampunk joke.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It fell flat, just like that whole
Just
thing.
like the Tower of Beacon.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Tower Beacon did fall flat. Yeah. I was gonna say it's just like steampunk culture, but yeah.
Oh. Okay, that's savage.
Anyway, uh, okay. Inspector Who Reacts says, "I'm still a little sad. Osmond's cane wasn't a lightsaber." Actually, that kind of ties into what I wanted my OC to have, kind of.
hmm
So, also, okay,
You wanted a lightsaber.
yeah,
You
yeah, I
wanted a
do.
lightsaber gun.
Yeah, I wanted a lightsaber. Although I do have to ask, when is VYTALCast getting its background upgrade?
That's
And
that's a good question.
from that back, I mean, because you kind of have a lot of time on your hands. I'm not trying to push, but because I know you're still busy on cosplay and all that. But
I'm still trying to plan it out. Like I have ideas, but I'm like, would this work? It's like that won't work two screens. It's like,
well,
because it needs to be compatible for one person, two people, and like three people. So I'm trying to like,
okay,
yeah,
you could always run the ideas by me
good point.
too. I mean, like if you just look at how VYTALCast is right now,
Mm,
like we just kind of have the same background, whether it's a lone cast, us with
yeah.
a guest, and all that. I
hmm
would just try to design something like that, and then I could just work out windows.
hmm
So, yeah, just to make it easier on you. So,
Okie dokie.
yeah, because I don't want to overwork you because you've been like super busy making Nora Nas. I almost said Nora Nosplay, Nora cosplay,
Yes, Nora
and
cosplay.
like gifts and all that. How's your Kigurumis for the animation team?
Yeah, those are gonna have to wait. Like as soon as it started nearing Christmas time, I was like, "There's no way I can get all of these done before I leave," because I leave on Monday.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Oh no, no,
so that's gonna have
stay.
to wait till like
Just kidding.
that'll have to wait till I get home if there's another hurricane or before RTX.
Mm,
Just hand
yeah.
deliver, drives to the animation department. Here you go, you little shits.
Um. Okay, Anthony Sirocco just said, "Is Adam Kylo Ren or Darth Vader?"
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, and it was funny because I like misread it as like Adam Driver. Is Adam
Ah,
Driver Kylo Ren? And I'm like, duh. But then I was like, oh no, Adam Taurus. Yes, yeah, it's still
mm,
Kylo Ren. Yeah,
the crying bitch baby of the Force. What is it with Skywalker men and being whiny?
I don't know.
Like we have Anakin who's like, I hate sand. Sand is coarse and rough. Gets
Uh,
everywhere. And then you
But
have
Uncle
Lucas.
Owen, I wanted to go to the Tashi station to get power converters.
And
And,
like I
and then
trained
there's
for.
John Arc. Just kidding. I don't know. John Arc, I feel like could fit right in with the Skywalker man,
Oh yeah, definitely.
especially if I'm like 1 and 2. But
Mm. Like I trained for 3 days with Yoda. I'm totally a master.
I trained for like 1 semester with Pyrrha. I'm totally ready. Okay.
Oh, how about the World of Remnant map for background? That would be cool.
Wait. What was? Wait.
Some
What?
Inspector Who Reacts says, how about the World of Remnant map?
For a background?
Hmm.
Eh. I still want something custom for us.
Yeah, I'm still trying to like find a way to like incorporate with like all the art that they did for the Vital tournament and like
Hmm.
incorporate that because we are Vital cast, so it's
Yes.
like.
I mean, that's the way I thought it would go.
Hmm.
So.
It's just trying to. It's kind of tricky because it's like a triangle shaped object, so trying to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
This
It
awkward
is.
negative space.
Yeah. Well, I know how to make it work.
Fair enough.
Because like if the triangle like the one point is on the bottom, and then you have like
Yeah.
the base that's at the
Hmm.
top, then like you just put us more near the bottom, in the
Hmm.
middle, on the sides.
I'm
So
probably just trying to make it more complicated than it should be.
all right. I mean, you could do it. I mean, you're the one with the art skills, not me. So hence my background being plain green with the title VYTALCast. So um, people are saying Darth Raven, Ruby Starkiller. Everyone's
More
talking
like
about
Darth
Star Wars
Salem.
now. Yeah, Darth Salem, Salem Sidious. Would Ruby have to strike her down to complete her journey to the dark side?
Definitely. I still remember when everyone was redrawing the Force Awakens poster, so it was Ruby. That was so cool.
Oh, really? Y'all,
Yeah, it's feel like a lot because I guess Rey's pose with her staff is kind of similar to how Ruby
oh,
works
to
with
the Crescent
Scythe.
Rose, yeah.
So
You'll
it
have to
was
send it to
that.
me because I haven't
Yeah, I'll
seen it.
try to find it. It was.
Stars Ruby will be my jam. Do it to kill him. Mad Prince just said that. Oh man, Star Wars is amazing. Uh, anyway, any last thoughts? Oh, predictions for tomorrow. Should we talk about
Sure.
that? Because we got like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
Um, Not really actually. Like I'd kind of like Crow and Team Ranger around a fire, just being like, "Hi. So we were gonna let you do your own thing, and then people want to kill you. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell you what's happening." But at the same time, I think it'll kind of switch over to everyone else.
Hmm.
Just because leaving the year off with a "Do you believe in like what's your favorite fairy tale?" would be very artsy animation.
Yeah. Ooh. Although, I mean, this is kind of like something we kind of put on like a wish list for Volume 4, having like a Team Stark episode.
Ooh,
What
I
if?
feel like that should just be a mini series.
Yeah. Ah, man, like the Kakashi Chronicles. Anyway, I keep thinking Naruto. But like, like he's like, "What's your favorite fairy tale?" And then he talks about like when he and Summer and Ty and Raven were all a team, and
Hmm.
like maybe Summer would be
Yeah.
Silver-Eyed Warrior, kind of like that little comic where
If that
like
happens,
Raven tries to stop her and all that.
yeah.
But they talk about the Silver-Eyed Warriors from that point of view, and was like, "Here's the proof to your favorite fairy
Yeah.
tale."
If that happens, and or if it goes about the maidens, then I might have another theory confirmed.
You're like becoming the number one theory channel, like without knowing it. Like not even without trying. You're just like,
I
"Hey,
don't
I
even
wonder
have the
if," and then it
theory
just
on it.
happens. Like for all we know, like Miles, Carrie, and Gray are just watching VyTALCast and your reactions. They're like, "She said that, guys. Write that down. Write that down. We're doing that next episode, okay? Okay."
It's like the dishwasher artist who did the art of Penny and Pura, and it was like almost exactly what happened in the show.
Uh, they're just like, little does the fandom know, it is the fandom writing Ruby. This was
Oh
Monty's
God.
plan all along. Um,
Just imagining like the record scratch. It's like you're probably how I went wondering how I got in this situation.
I just bought Deadpool and I just watched it, so I understood that reference. Actually, well, I would have known it before then. Um, Aaron just guessed the screenshot. Well, partially.
Wait, what?
Oh, you know how they mentioned in Chapter 8 screenshots? Yeah, they're probably sitting around a fire. Yeah. Yeah, although I wonder if our prediction from last week will also end up true. They like try to go traveling at some point, and they're
Mhm.
dragging Crow, and then Crow accidentally calls Ruby Summer.
Oh, I will cry so hard.
It's just like Summer, and then oh man, that'll be
Oh, that
hmm?
the scorpion venom.
Yes. Oh, is it
Triggers that
hallucinogenic?
sometimes. Well, the thing is, like, it causes a lot of excruciating pain, and when you're in excruciating pain, things can get a little fuzzy.
Yes, I know that from experience.
So that could kind of, because he's like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine. He's not fine. That entire area is probably gonna is somewhat paralyzed, and that's kind of a
It's
vital
gonna get
portion of your
swell.
body.
Yeah, you can't get abs when that's paralyzed. You just try it, just won't work. You
So
can't do it.
like he's probably gonna be talking to them like, oh yeah, I'm fine. Like if they're sitting around a campfire or whatever, doing like,
Mhm.
hey, this is what's happening in the world. You're all being stupid. And he'll like pass out and be like, okay, maybe I was not okay as I thought. And so they'll be like rushing him to another village, which is a couple days away. So they'll probably have to go back. My best assumption is, unless they can magically heal with auras
Mhm.
in a way that Jean can, maybe he'll use a semblance. We'll actually see it for once.
That'd be really cool to
Again,
see like medical stuff done through
Mhm.
aura.
which it would make sense.
Yeah,
But and just kind of in that state of delusion, and maybe Ruru doesn't have her hood up, but she does have the white sleeves now. It kind of
she
fits
does
more
kind of
of,
resemble more of her mom.
yeah. So he could be like, just call her Summer, and
Mhm.
pretty much any other member of Team Ranger will be like, wait, what? Who? Because they may not know Ruby's mother's
Like,
name.
no, it's early spring right now, and it's like,
Nora would say that. She'd be like, it's spring.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, because they like left during the winter, and depending on where you're at, winter could be a long time.
Well, yeah. It looks like it's more of a spring now.
Yeah, I think it's more spring.
Hmm.
Because I mean it's raining. It's like April showers bring May flowers type thing.
There's
Uh,
also no snow.
no snow. Yeah, that too. I mean you're in Arizona. You get no snow most year round.
Yeah, but
So
you still know it's winter. Like everything's dead. Everything there is alive. And granted, they're in a forest, so like evergreens, but like
mhm.
also Nico Lee is like a Harry Potter reference. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's what gave birth to the idea.
Yeah, yeah. All
With
right.
Crow being Sirius Black and his nice one, James.
Oh no. Yeah,
That's right.
no.
Enjoy that emotion.
We
Revenge.
we did that last week too.
I know, but this is punishment
I
for
feel
you.
like we're just repeating last week's VYTALCast at this point. We're just like, hey, because
Yeah.
I guess some of those predictions from last week are still very valid for this week.
Yeah.
But
I'm actually surprised that Jacques didn't take Mertenister.
hmm?
I'm surprised that Jacques didn't take Mertenister from Weiss.
Yeah, I question that too. Like, hey, I'm just gonna leave the lethal weapon with the girl that trying to say is mentally and emotionally unstable to the public.
Hmm.
They're probably gonna wonder where her sword is. I let her keep it
Like,
so
yeah,
she
he
can
definitely
follow
won't
it.
stage a coup.
Yeah. Oh, man, I wonder if it'll like come to that point. Like, what if Remnant has some sort of like warriors honor culture where there are hunters and huntresses that do stuff like that? Because like, if samurai, if they like failed a mission,
Hmm.
they have to fall on their own sword, and if it doesn't go through the heart, then it's like a
Yeah.
not an honorable death.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like their ultimate apology thing to like
Yeah.
redeem any honor that they had. So I kind of wonder if there is a point, just like taking Ruby in a really dark turn, that
Hmm.
Weiss is pressured to do something like that. Although I like to think Remnant's a lot more civilized. I mean,
I think it would kind of be more of a Zuko kind of situation where you're given an impossible task.
mm,
So kind of like go find the Avatar, or like in Lord of the Rings, it's like go to this one region where with a very few amount of men, where you're essentially going guaranteed death
mm-hmm.
now. So I
Yeah.
feel like that would kind of be the
All right, makes sense. I think we should probably wrap this up since we
probably
went
yes.
like 3-4 minutes over.
Can I talk
So
about that fight for a minute though?
okay, yeah,
Because we usually like talking about theories is a little bit harder when there's a lot of fight in the episode, but that was so well done. Oh my
it
god.
was, yeah, animation team. Thank you so much. That was amazing. And
I asked Kim who it was on my stream yesterday, and I think it was Kim, Joel, and Melanie. I think there was someone else, but I
yeah,
don't remember who. I feel so bad.
oh, yeah, they worked really hard. And one thing I noticed was Ruby didn't do her like spirally thing, like that thing she started
Yeah.
doing early in Volume 4.
Hmm.
And she started using like the gravity bullets to kind of maneuver around again, kind
Yeah.
of like classic Ruby.
Hmm.
And I was really appreciated that because I was scared that was like gone forever. But it's like, yay, we could have the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So
It's we see her improvement, but there's still enough of old Ruby that we know it's not like a sudden change.
yeah, and also anyone that's on the animation team watching this, hi and thank you because I know Brian commented on this last week. He said, "Hello, Portal Guy and
Wait,
Star Wars Girl."
really? Wait, what?
Yeah,
Really?
no, no, yeah, that was in last week's episode. Like
I didn't
once
know that
it
happened.
was like post live. It was post live. So yeah, I'm sorry. I should have told you, but you were also like panicking about something else
I'm
at the
always
time.
panicking about something else.
I know, but it was like animation team related as well. So I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to like put more like animation team struggles into your life, you know.
But
So
but it was interesting. One thing that was kind of funny about the fight is that Crow and Tyrion are very quick fighters, and in
mhm.
Volume 3, that it was shown that like expert hunters and huntresses move very quickly with Ozpin and Cinder, which granted are kind of on a whole other level.
Yeah,
Like we just see moments of them clashing. It was more of a light show than an actual
yeah,
combat.
that was like god tier.
And then even I know I got that reference. I'm ashamed that I got that reference, but I got that reference. But God damn it, now I'm thinking about an AU. I need to
Oh,
stop.
okay.
But even with Crow and Winter, they were moving really quickly. It was like random moments of you see them clash here, a little bit of interaction, clash here.
Hmm.
But they didn't do that with Crow and Tyrion, which honestly I really appreciated because there was so much of their character in their individual fight styles
Hmm.
that it was really important. Because with the shifty movements that Tyrion has, it wouldn't work to have such a
Style for Crow.
hit stop. Yeah, it wouldn't work when he's all about distraction and being skittish and just that kind of whole motion.
Hmm.
So they slowed it down a little bit enough to show the complexity of it, because that's likely what would have had to happen. Crow wouldn't be able to move as quickly because he's having to account for not only 4 appendages but 5.
Yeah, and he has a giant sword. One thing I really noticed during my reaction was Crow has style.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the way when he went flying out of the building, you see he throws his scythe and it hits into the ground. I'm like, what the heck is he doing? And then he just lands on it, standing like a boss, and it just slides. I'm like, okay, he's an egomaniac. We get that. Thank you.
he's a cocky bastard.
Yeah.
But then also just the music. One, we got a new song, which I'm gonna have to listen to
Oh,
quite
okay.
first.
That's one thing I'm really scared of,
Huh?
and I need to check my email because I did upload my reaction, so it is ready
Oh,
for tomorrow. And my phone vibrated a few times, and it's very possible one's a email. Oh, thank goodness.
oh,
Okay.
it's not blocked.
Nope.
That's
Not
good.
not blocked. I just need to
That's
make
good.
a thumbnail, and my reaction's ready.
Still have that finished.
Yeah.
That's important.
Nikolai asked when are we uploading our reactions. I try to upload mine the night before now, trying to see if that helps with the copyright problem, but also like I just don't want to be blocked. Rooster
Yeah,
Teeth, claim it, just don't block it. And then
cleanse into
I
the shame hole.
well now that I could schedule videos, I have it scheduled for 4 p.m.
Mhm.
Mountain Time in because I want to give the YouTube release of the episode some time to like gain some views, and I feel like publishing at the exact same moment as the official YouTube release of the episode would be kind of like a dick move. So,
Mhm.
and especially before, like, you're not supposed to do it before people.
Yeah, I saw someone put theirs up before, and I'm sitting here like, what?
Yeah.
Hi, Emma. I have a
Yeah.
dog.
Emma, your model dog. You showed me beautiful pictures
The
of this
model
one.
dog.
Yeah. I mean, she's all pixelated right now, but yeah.
It's not a VYTALCast stream unless I randomly have a pet with me.
Yeah. Well, until like next week.
I'll still
Well,
have Tacoma.
yeah, Tacoma. All right. All right. But for real, we should probably end the stream. Sorry,
Can I make a
guys.
music note really quick?
Yes. Okay. Make a music note.
It was really kind of interesting because there was a lot of musical cues, and I only picked up on some of them. But Crow's theme was twisted and mixed with Tyrion's theme, which we haven't heard individually speaking,
Mhm.
but you could tell that there was different notes added into Crow, so it was definitely a blend of those two. And hopefully we'll have a full Tyrion song later, maybe when he has his confrontation with Salem. But
Mhm.
also with Weiss during the scene when she was repositioning all of her stuff.
Yeah, we had more
it was Mirror Mirror Part 2.
Yeah, yeah, and there was also Red Like Roses Part 2 during the fight,
Yes, that
just
was
for
all.
like a hint.
Yeah, it was. Well, Crow's theme is Red Like Roses, and like with parts of it incorporated backwards.
Yeah. Well, there was like a part that was very strictly like Red Like
Oh
Roses
yeah.
Part 2 when Ruby was jumping on the roof. Is that
Hmm.
part when I said she shot at Tyrion and like
Yes.
missed? So, yeah.
But
Uh
then the part with Weiss, like this, the thing is, the specific words for that part was like, "What's keeping me from moving forward?" And at this point, it's like, nope, no, nothing is. I can move forward now. Screw you.
like I'm locked inside this room, but I'm still going to keep moving forward. Anyway, sorry. I was trying to be like both deep and meaningful and
I know.
also like being relevant.
Yeah.
So, uh anything else about the music other than
Um.
I can't wait for the soundtrack?
um. Not that I can think of, although I do remember there was some form of musical significance during the part with Oscar and Ozpin, but I'm currently blanking out because my cat is being really
Yes,
adorable right
I
now.
remember the music. I couldn't name whether it was like Ozpin's theme or anything.
Hmm.
All I was thinking was like, please don't get copyright, please don't get blocked, please don't get blocked. So, because volume, there's no issues with this reaction, thankfully, but it's also like the episode volume might have been a little too loud. So we'll find
Oh, I
out.
feel that. That was me with the one with Yang and Port Nublik. Because I
Um,
got randomly, I think it was, like, what, chapter 3?
yeah.
Because I got blocked because of, like, 1 minute of silence where Yang is just sleeping in the floor.
Oh no. Yeah, it's like, oh, she didn't talk about Yang sweeping the floor. Block that girl. We
That's
don't care for
ass.
videos an hour and a half long. Block that girl.
Okay, you joke, but my chapter 7 is 56 minutes.
Holy smokes. You doubled my time. Almost. A little bit more than double. Yeah. Okay. No, it's great, Aaron. Like, that's why your channel's growing so much, is that you're so full of the passion and all that, and that everyone's like, this girl knows what she's talking about, she's passionate, she's got all the things to gain the subs, you know.
Why are you being nice?
I'm
I'll
being
punch you.
honest. I'm being honest.
Oh, but
I'm,
also, you could really hear Alphonse's voice in Oscar
hmm?
in this episode. Oscar's VA is also the voice of Alphonse Elric.
Oh yeah, you know I haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist the anime
Oh.
in like 10 years. No, it's been like actually 11 years since I've seen it. But I kept thinking like, part of me was like, why does it sound like Miles is voicing him? Like I kept thinking of Miles
Mhm.
Luna. So
It's a similar inflection pattern
yeah,
at times.
yeah,
Oh,
at times.
also, fun RVB fact. I think it's kind of funny that Shannon McCormick voices both Ozpin and Wash, because Wash's whole thing is there was too many people in his head, so he had problems, and now he is the voice in someone else's head causing problems.
Only Rooster Teeth.
So it's like, oh my god. Because everyone was calling it with Pyrrha. They were like, with Carolina, they experimented with having someone else in your head. Did that end well? No, because they thought that Amber was going to be successfully transferred into Pyrrha, so it was like two minds, one person. We know this won't work
You
well.
really think into this stuff. Like that's impressive. Like I'm like, holy crap, she's making sense. What? Okay.
It's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I mean, Rooster
The
Teeth
move?
is like always full of Easter eggs, and
True.
that's like a very big, deep Easter egg.
But Nevermore's lay eggs, because that would be really cool.
Yeah, I
There'd
mean,
probably
they
be a...
kind of just sprout from the ground.
True. Good point, good point, good point.
Yeah,
Because Baby Grim would actually be adorable.
we can't hunt the baby Grim.
I'm still hoping for a Nemean Grim, so like a giant lion Grim based off the Nemean of Greek mythology. I think that'd be really cool.
That would be
So,
all right.
just stop before I keep fangirling.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, we need to save content for next week, Aaron.
I just
Okay.
remembered everything I wanted to talk about, okay?
All right, all right. You should probably write notes for next week.
Definitely.
Yeah. Actually, we should probably start doing that for Biocast, like what we
Definitely.
did for your trip to Utah.
Yeah.
Just make a joint notes file. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching VYTALCast. Subscribe to Portal 64 to see more if you haven't subscribed to this channel. And we also got a Patreon if you want to help support.
Do the
And
thing.
do the thing. All right, see you guys.
Yeah.